Oh my God. Am I reading? Josh Josh Gordon. He's back. Jo- Josh Gordon's back? For Are you really? The 2012 rookie who finished amongst the top of his class? The 2013 sophomore who broke the NFL record for receiving yards with 1646? Named first team All Pro with Calvin Johnson is back? This is great for the Browns. The Browns are going to the playoffs. They're saved. There's no more worries. We're good. You know, right? Right? Am I right? The Browns are great, right? Wrong. No. The Browns aren't good. The Browns aren't saved. This isn't that big of a deal, and let me tell you why. Because after the 2012 season and after the 2013 season, here's what happened. 2014. On July 5th, 2014, Josh Gordon was arrested for driving while impaired. He got suspended and played 5 games and only ended with 300 yards. In 2015, he was suspended for violating the substance abuse policy, as you know, from Stephen A.
Is stay off the weed.
You couldn't stay off the weed. Sit there and stay on the weed. What's next? I don't know. Codeine, weed, alcohol. What's next?
He didn't even play 1 game. And now in 2016, on July 25th, he was reinstated, but suspended for 4 games. I can't comprehend that Browns fans are like super hyped about this. Like, is it even that big of a deal? Like, is he even gonna do anything? Does he have a lot of potential? I guess. Does he have a lot of talent? I mean, I guess, even though he hasn't played football in almost 3 years. People are acting like this is the second coming of Jerry Rice or Randy Moss. Like, I've been trying to figure it out all day, and besides being hopeful, I don't see what the big deal is. And to make it easier for you guys what's going on in my mind, I broke it down into a few points. Point number 1, like I said, hasn't played since 2014, and even then, he was mediocre at best. I remember him dropping every pass he touched. He didn't look like he knew how to run a route. It was ridiculous. Who knows if he's been in shape when he's been off? Who knows if he's been working out? If he's been doing anything other than sitting on his ass and smoking pot all day? Point number 2. The Browns just drafted 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end who also plays receiver in this past draft. Usually the rookies would look up to the best receiver in their position on their team for guidance, and you think the person that's going to be is Josh Gordon? Really? You think Josh Gordon is going to help these rookies go to their full potential? No way in hell, it's not happening. And honestly, unless he can have some drastic change that proves to me that he's a totally different person, I don't even know if I want him working with these rookies. I'm not going to want to go on Twitter and see Corey Coleman hanging out with Josh Gordon and Johnny Manziel at his house smoking pot all day, and he doesn't show up to practice the next day because he's too stoned to get out of bed. Especially when you have these 4th round pick Hollywood Higgins and Ricardo Lewis, who are really fighting hard to get a spot on this team since they're a 4th round draft pick. You think Josh Gordon's going to help them?
Boy, if you don't get...
When it's all said and done, if he comes back, he could end up being a complete cancer to this locker room. If he shows anything about being lazy, not working hard, which isn't unfamiliar, and these rookies around that type of behavior, doesn't look good to me. Point number 3, like you heard me say, even last night he was hanging out with Jonathan Manziel. Johnny Manziel, if you could pick one person in the NFL to not hang out with, it's probably Johnny Manziel. And where is he at on Snapchat? Last night? Los Angeles with Johnny Manziel. If he has any chance of staying on this team and me having faith in him, that dude needs to get cut from his life. There is no way. And I'm not saying I don't want him on this team. I'm not saying that he has no chance. Like I said, he has potential. But, I mean, if I keep my expectations here, if they get here, I won't be disappointed. But I feel like all Browns fans have him up here, and they're going to get pissed off when he doesn't even perform. But on the bright side, I think if anybody can turn around this man's career, it is Hugh Jackson. That's been the one thing that I've been, keeping in the back of my mind all offseason is no matter what happens, I trust Hugh Jackson. I think he can be the right coach for this franchise. I think he can turn this around. So, I hope Hugh Jackson just kind of sits him down, puts his arm around him and says, we know what you've done, but we're here to turn this around. So I really hope that can happen. If Roger Goodell didn't believe in him, I don't think he would have reinstated him. Even though he suspended him for 4 games, I mean, he still said that he really hopes he succeeds. Josh Gordon does have a lot of people behind him. He's got, the whole Browns organization, Browns fans mostly. Jimmy Haslam, you got Jim Brown even said he's going to help him in any way he can. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. But I'm saying, Browns fans, y'all need to fucking relax. Because Josh Gordon isn't going to turn around this entire franchise. If anything, I'd rather them still only win 3 or 4 games so we can get a good draft pick next year. You either got to be good and make the playoffs, or you got to be shitty and shitty enough to get a good draft pick. I don't want you to get like 8-9 wins and not be able to do anything with it. Who was a mid-round draft pick that didn't end up turning out really well?
With the 22nd pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Johnny Manziel.
Here comes the money.
Quarterback.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
So again, I hope for the best. I think it can work if he has the right people around him, which I think he does. At this point, it's all up to him. But I really just hope that he's not a cancer on this locker room. I hope he comes back with a vengeance and he wants to prove everybody wrong. Because if he comes back with the same mentality he's had over the past few years, he's not going anywhere. And honestly, I don't see him staying on this team past the preseason. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments what you think about Josh Gordon, what you think the Browns' record is going to be. Don't worry, I'm not going to get butthurt. Believe me, I said I want him to win 3 games. And let me know how you feel about this face cam thing. Completely new thing to me, so if you see me looking in a weird direction or not looking at the camera or being kind of awkward, you know that's why. But anyways, thank you guys so much for the support on Twitter for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Like I said, comment down below your thoughts and subscribe if you're new.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.